Yeah, Rube, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Look, it says knock knock jokes for kids, right? So you remember I told you when I went to get my medical records and it said, oh, I've got a history of domestic violence. And I said, fuck off, no, I ain't. Who put that there? And they said, Essex Place. I said, well, fucking tell them to take it off, you pricks. And I got a solicitor who now works for Essex Court, apparently, solicitors. And they said, no, we'll change it to fucking accused of. I said, all right, well, I'll accuse you of being a child abuser, which you actually fucking are, you wankers. So put that on your records that you're a child abuser just because I accused you of it. And they won't, right? So anyway, when I looked into all this shit and Louise Metcalf come on the scene, I looked into it all and I found Operation Juno. It said Operation Juno and it was about domestic abuse and all that shit. And what's in this book here? Look. Knock, knock, who's there? It's Juno. Juno who? Yeah? So remember, look, it says this is for kids. Yeah? Knock, knock for kids. So tell me, kids, how many of you know what Juno is? Because I've just told you what it is. It's about domestic abuse investigations by Essex Police, who are the domestic abusers, namely Louise Metcalf, who allows her name to be used to abuse me. I'm not saying she's the abuser, because she come to my house and actually told me what's going on, that I'm being controlled and coerced, because she put it on my records that I'm being coercive and controlling and that I'm a domestic abuser. And when you look at everything these days, you've got to flip it round and it means the opposite. So she was letting me know that I'm being controlled and coerced in my own home and I'm the victim of domestic abuse, right? But anyway, yeah, anyone can look that up. But she's guilty of letting her name be used because when they were going to commit perjury in court, I stopped them by pleading guilty because my solicitor, legal aid, told me you need to plead guilty because they've got all the evidence. And I knew, and he knew, and the police knew, and the court knew. There is no evidence. There is no crime. There's nothing. And they're using courts, they're using solicitors, police, judges to just play out theatre. It's street theatre. And they're using all these establishments, courts, and stuff and hospitals and fucking doctors and pricks and they're using all these just to play out theatre. It's all pre-planned what's going to happen, but they try and make it seem genuine and they're just manipulating the fuck out of the whole of Britain and taking me for a fool. But anyway, kids, as this book says it's for kids, I'm sure none of you will know what Juno means, so go and look it up online and you'll see Essex Police and domestic abuse investigations, and it's also a D-Day landing beach or an operation in World War II, along with Athena, because that was another one, Operation Athena, another one by Essex Police, which again, they are the perpetrators. Essex Police, Superintendent Chappell, Sergeant Pageant, D.I. Louise Metcalf, all them pricks, they're all guilty, all of them. And there's never been a strand of evidence against me, so I don't give a fuck. There is against them, and I've got it all, because I've just told you that all the names that are on the paperwork. So all this bollocks round here with Chapel this, Chapel that, he can fuck off, mate. I stood outside his church last night and called him a cunt. Yeah? He's a fucking abuser. Yeah? Superintendent Chapel, his name was. That's who I accused of being a prick to the IPCC. So they sent me Louise Metcalf to abuse me a bit more. Where Sergeant Pageant was turning up in my fucking bathroom, living room, kitchen, fucking loft every fucking day. Even when my car battery fucking went flat, Sarah turned up with him because I had a flat battery and he tried to section me, the prick. Right? So there's your names. See? I don't call people Taylor Swift or fucking Eminem or a motorbike or a bicycle or a fucking bird. I call them by their fucking names because I call them what they are. And they're fucking abusive cunts, all of them. Right? So, kids, there you go. There's your lesson for today. Go and look up Juno because as this book says it's for kids, it clearly isn't because none of you know what Juno is, but I've just told you. All right? Bye.